here I am on this gushy green planet. All the terra vermin stopped taking my calls, so I guess if they're not gonna get all my time relics, I'll just get them all myself.
I actually have never seen this side of his model before, but oh my gosh, he actually has freaking exhaust pipes in his head.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
A commonly popular headpiece in the planet of Gasmoxia.
So wait, so I saw the CTR thing where there are like these CTR tokens, and then I see these relics, so what are those?
Well, explain the relics first, since that's what we're going to be focusing on.
Fair.
So yeah, the first thing you got to worry about are, well, the relic races. Basically, if you've ever played Crash 3 Warped, you pretty much should know how this goes. The track is littered with all these time crates, which, if you break them, will freeze the clock for the amount of seconds that are labeled on the box. And basically, if you get the fastest enough time, you'll get a relic. Go even faster than what's already listed, and you'll get an even better relic than what's already established. Like, you can go from a sapphire to a gold and to a platinum. I'm just gonna say right off the bat that getting to anything above sapphire is pretty tricky.
Yeah, and thankfully you don't need to have like a specific type of you don't need a specific type of relic in order to rematch Oxide. You just need to have relics of any kind.
Right.
Okay.
It's exactly like how it was in Crash 3, which, well, let's just say that whenever Matt gets around to playing this game, he's probably going to hate this just as much. Just,
yeah.
You know, just a hunch.
I also noticed looking at it that it looks like in order to keep things somewhat still fair, the time boxes do not respawn.
They do not, no. So that's another thing regarding this game in particular. Like, the key to getting a good time and even better relic is to just carefully consider which boxes you want to break in every lap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or at the very least, try to get them all if possible.
Oh yeah.
If you do get them all, that does give you like a 10-second bonus.
Oh.
Which is pretty nice. Though honestly, I don't think I've ever actually bothered to get all the boxes.
Yeah, same here. Like, I think throughout my time playing this game, I've only gotten 2 golds. Everything else has just been sapphires.
And I know you're gonna hate me for saying this, but I think I got at least 2 platinums.
Well, I'm not gonna hate you, I'm just gonna be envious. Yeah, platinums are like the best one that you can get, but they're really rare and hard to get.
I figured that's what it was, but I was just like, oh, really? You got platinums? Whoa.
I imagine it depends on which track and how well you know it, or how easy the shortcuts are.
Honestly, I will say, like, oh, look at that, I got a gold.
Ooh, very nice.
So yeah, Oxide got one of the many relics you're gonna have to get in order to race them a second time. And I do, and if my current playthrough is anything to go by, I think it's also possible to race Oxide with Oxide.
Too bad you didn't do that, I think.
No, I didn't. I figured I'd play it a little differently. And I love how it's just, thank you, you're all too kind. Tweet, tweet.
And this visuals is perfect, where I'm just imagining him doing all this, and no one is around. No one is watching. He's just having this celebration by himself.
Yeah. I think he's just trying so hard to hide the fact that even on Gasmoxia, he's nothing but a schnook.
Yeah.
Yep.
Skull Rock.
Oxide?
Can you get up there?
I'm sorry, I'm scared of the color purple.
Please send someone else.
All right, then how about we call that other character we unlocked not that long ago, Pinstripe?
I love purple.
I love pie.
What if that was his big like character quote? Nothing else, just I love purple. You know, like, okay, pinstripe.
I love purple.
That's not even purple.
Okay, so so explain relics. What are the CTR tokens?
Well, actually, no. He's just gonna talk about the crystal stuff.
Collect every crystal in the arena before the time runs out. If you get them
He sounds southern there now.
Well, that's what happens when you're Cajun.
Yeah, that's the joke I was making, that he's basically Cajun Jake the dog.
Yeah.
Also,
Going down the bayou.
hey, no mind of that little bit of nightmare fuel you just saw. Anyway,
Yeah, the Cortex skull.
So yeah, as far as these, so as far as the tokens are concerned, there are four types of CTR tokens you can unlock. One of every color. Or actually, no, I think there's like five of them. My bad. But they're all of a different color, and the purple ones in particular you unlock by beating these crystal challenges. Basically, you gotta collect 20 crystals in the area, and, well, you win. But do be wary, because you're under a strict time limit.
Very strict time limit.
Now that I'm thinking about... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, let me guess. Now that I think about it, you have to collect all of the tokens of a particular color to unlock that particular color's gem for the cup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So, if you want to go to the Purple Grand Prix, you gotta beat all the crystal challenges, and so on and so forth. But the other method of getting the CTR tokens is a little more, well, straightforward than this. We'll get more into that later. But yeah, as far as these are concerned, I'm half and half on these. Like, some of them I think are okay, like this one. But then there's the one down in the not dingo road place, which can go screw it, whack.
There you go.
Huh. Okay, I mean, so how do you both feel about all the bonus stuff that they add into the game then?
I will say, like, it is kind of neat that, like, for your first run, every challenge you complete will earn you a reward. Though I will admit, it is a little tiresome that all these rewards you get are just cosmetic options.
Yeah.
I guess.
Which, I mean, not the game's fault. I mean, they want you to feel like you've earned something after every race. It's just that, you know, I kind of expect a little more out of my victories. Like, I mean, like with the boss stuff, for example, how you unlock the boss characters through that is very satisfying. But just the cosmetic stuff, like, sometimes I think it's pretty cool, like all the card bodies you can unlock. But stuff like stickers and stuff, it is what it is.
At the same time, I am happy that they didn't put this into like loot boxes or stuff like that.
Sorry. Thank goodness for that, huh? Yeah, now that's not what I wanted to go to. I wanted to go here because, yes, folks, in between parts, I actually did input the code.
Oh.
So here he is for the first time on this channel. It's Penta Penguin.
Aww.
Look at
Hello,
Penta
Penta.
Penguin.
Look at how scarf.
Roll.
That's the Hulk, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the Hulk. Wow.
I
That's
see.
the Hulk. That's Dingo Dial. That's Komodo Joe.
Like, I really got a hand. I made the joke earlier, but I really do appreciate that Fred's really getting a chance to really show off his range at the past couple of years.
My God, he's gorgeous. So what's the red tokens mean?
Well, let's see.
Collect the letters C, T, and R on each track and come in first place to win a CTR token. Beware, some letters are hard to find.
So yeah, for every other color that's not purple, you just go through the CTR challenge.
Oh.
Which, again, are a bit more straightforward. It's just that, yeah, he's really not kidding. Some of these letters can be a little trickier to find than others, especially in the Nitro-Fueled edition, in that some of the letters blend in with the background.
Yeah, I'm not
Looking at you, Mystery Caves.
Curse you, high graphical fidelity.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm still in the middle of getting time relics. A part of me is kind of afraid of whenever I do have to go to the CTR tokens.
The only thing you really want to watch out for is, well, obviously, in order to win, you not only have to get the tokens, you also have to come in the race in first place.
Yeah, that kind of multitasking is why I'm a little afraid of them.
I mean, it's honestly, I will say it is easier done. It is easier than I'm making it out to be. It's just that, again, there's like those rare exceptions where the letters are so well hidden, you wouldn't even like,
Oop.
you'd be like, how the hell was I expected to find that one so easily?
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. And as we just talked over, yes, that is the lovable quote of "Penguin ye one."
Yeah, which that's kind of... I'm not sure if we went into full detail about that, but Penta, as a secret character in the original game, actually wasn't really meant to be in the game. He was kind of like a test character, which is why he had, like, maxed out stats. And he had placeholder clips for dialogue, where it was just a guy going, like, Penguin ye one. As a bit of an Easter egg, they kept him actually saying that.
Yeah, it was just all debug, like, placeholder stuff.
Actually, it's funny you bring up the whole stats thing, because I think him having max stats was only a thing in, like, the European and Japanese versions of the game. And the US version, he still had some high stats. It's just that I don't think he was that high. But he was still, like, your best bet to beating all of Entropi's ghosts.
Yeah.
Not only that, Actually, yeah, I think it was only the U.S. It was only the U.S. version that had that infamous Penguin Ye 1 thing.
Is Penta still a very good bet for beating the ghosts in this game?
He's more balanced here.
Well, I was about to say he's good if you're good with the typical heavier racers like Tiny or Entropy, or excuse me, Tiny or Dingo Doll. I still love that whole sinister plotting thing he was doing there, because Penta here is actually a neutral party.
He is, yes.
Yeah, he actually switches between having Aku Aku or Uka Uka when you have invincibility.
Which is funny, considering that, from what I remember, Penta Penguin is actually, he originated from a manga, as opposed to the actual Crash 2. He is based off of the Penguin enemies for sure, but he's a character that appeared in the Crash 2 manga that Korokoro hosted, right around Crash 2's release, and from what I remember, he's kind of a benevolent jerk, who is greedy.
See, whenever I've thought Penta Penguin, I always immediately thought of the penguin that, gets revenge back on Dingo Dial in Crash 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's cute.
The whole Penta's Revenge
Right.
Easter egg.
I was really...
of.
Because of how much you like the game, I was... Ooh, and now to save up further frustrations.
Let's switch.
Let's switch.
Now we're in the Switch.
So yeah, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nintendo Switch version of Crash Nitro-Fueled.
In which we have almost all the time relics.
Yep.
Yeah, basically what I did here is that I decided for the sake of time, I just decided I was pretty close to finishing this up anyway, so I just decided I'll just use my actual save file to finish off the recording, and well, here we are.
That was the Trophy Girl. So, because I think they mentioned, so apart from being seen, that they're going to be a new playable character, do the Trophy Girls appear at all in the game?
Nope.
Aside from these little silhouettes you see in this in the slide Coliseum, no.
Did they say why they removed them?
Well, I do know that they mentioned from the beginning that they did want to have them as playable. I guess that the reason they didn't make it to the final game is that they weren't finished, coding and balancing them yet.
Probably not.
I guess
I don't know. I as far as I can, well, I mean, I would go with the whole soccer mom excuse, but I know damn well if they're going to be playable in this game anyway, that's kind of a moot point.
So I'm just like, I don't know why. I don't know then why they weren't even in the cutscenes.
As far as I'm concerned, they're probably they. As far as I'm concerned, they just weren't ready for release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also why the trophy animation, just it popping up in the sky, is as it is.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, I would be more pissed at that if it weren't for the fact that, well, they are still returning anyway as playable characters, which I think is an improvement.
Yeah, it is. Even then, I don't think it's a massive hampering on the remake. I still think it's a good remake in spite of that, but I do know that a lot of people would be pretty upset over it.
Yeah.
It just seems like a silly detail. It's a silly detail with an obvious reason why they want to, because you always see nowadays companies are playing it way too safe. Yeah.
So I guess I'll say before we do end off. Well, I mean, end off. We're still pretty in the middle of the video. Slot Coliseum got a hell of a visual upgrade as far as Nitro-Fueled is concerned. It feels like a proper finale for the Crash for the adventure mode as a whole. Assuming, well, aside from the fact that this isn't going to be the final race to begin with.
Yeah.
Right.
And for the sake of adventure mode, it's only a relic race. That's all there is to it.
I guess before we reach those credits and stuff, what did you think of? Again, we were talking a little bit off screen and stuff about it, but as a huge nostalgic fan for the original CTR, what do you feel about Nitro-Fueled?
I really do love this remake. Honestly, to certain extents, even though I know it's not a particularly fair comparison, I think I as a remake goes, like this a little bit more than the Insane Trilogy, just in terms of what all they changed, what all they added, and just how much of an overhaul it got. And again, just playing through it, and just even doing the races with the guys.
Nice.
Yeah. Just playing through the adventure mode, even doing online races with the guys, in spite of how James always slaughters us. Just playing it in general really does remind me why I loved CTR to begin with, and why it does hold a good place in my heart as a Crash fan.
Alright.
I will also say, though, that considering the fact that, well, considering the genre it's in and how far it's evolved, after CTR's release. Like, they could get away with so much more than the Insane Trilogy did. which probably just helps as to why this feels like such a grandiose remake. And why it's still a single game, yet it's charged around the same price. Oh,
Right.
hey, Oxide.
I got all the relics.
And you've gathered all my time relics.
Your time relics.
Well,
Yeah, that's
those
what he
are
said at
trophies.
the opening
Yeah,
cutscene.
I thought those were trophies.
this race is
So yeah, even in the Switch version, like, this honestly doesn't look that bad at all.
Yeah.
Pay no mind to how much YouTube screwed with the visual quality.
It's okay. But I see they toned down a bit of the fur textures, which is fine. We got all the gems.
Who will we be?
And it should also be said, with the Switch version, I did opt to get the Nitrous Oxide edition, so I got the Star Crash outfit.
All right.
Not only that, I got like five of the characters you can buy, or 4 of the characters you can buy for the pit stop early, as well as the hovercraft.
Let's race him.
Let's race him at his own game.
Fire we fire.
Yeah, boy.
Fire. Commencing firing sequence.
Not yet!
Crap. Oh. We need to watch. Have you shown Jordy those yet? Again?
I shown her the first Gaston one. She wasn't too keen on it. Like, not
Ah,
so
fair.
much of the editing
Way.
work, more so the concept of someone messing with a Disney classic.
No, that's not
Oh
it.
jeez.
I don't
go
like
ahead then.
YouTube poops.
That's
too.
fair. I'll say that I don't like the YouTube poops that end up being just the same. Like, I'm going to play the same exact scene 3 different times and like crank up the volume. I feel like Waxner puts more effort into his jokes.
So
Anyway, go ahead, James.
that aside,
Oop.
welcome to the bane of every normal playthrough's existence.
Yeah.
This is
So-
the Oxide's final challenge, where he not only he boosts up his speed big time, and also really amped up his item game as well.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
it makes it very clear that he's still, like, he's not holding back. He's still mad about losing, and he's not going to lose again.
Again, as you saw earlier, I cut out like 15 minutes or so of attempts with this thing, because
Yeah.
like you cannot hold back on this race at all. Otherwise, you are going to lose big time.
All right, pull out all the stops. And bear in mind, this is still on normal difficulty.
Yes.
Yes.
Goodness.
Hopefully he's not quite as evil in easy difficulty, which I'm still, at the time of us recording, I still haven't been in adventure mode, so I have yet to experience this. But even just looking at this, it's, yeah.
I will say that the biggest make or break thing with this whole race is, well, for one, all the tight turns you have to make to begin with, and secondly, well, if he gets far enough away from you and you collide with his red potions. Because the red potions, well, they're juiced up potions, and well, as they're juiced up, not only do they slow you down, if you have an item on hand, it basically puts the roulette back on, and you can't really do anything about that until the effect wears off.
So
Yeah.
basically, you have to. Oh
boy.
Ah,
So
you gotta
basically-
use the nitro block.
In all honesty, it basically seems like you just have to get very lucky with getting the right items when you need them.
Yes, very much so. I will argue that this race almost feels luck-based.
Oh, nuts.
Woo!
Oh, jeez.
What a coincidence. I have one too.
Oh, jeez. Okay, careful. Nice, nice. Nice. Stun locked him.
Gas Moxie and Punk.
That's racist.
So while we're on this final race, Jordy, what did you think of
Oh,
watching
boy.
us play CTR? Oh, nice.
I saw
Oh, that was close.
Woo.
Nice,
What
you
did I
got him
think
off.
of
Oh,
first,
wow, that's
TCR?
actually incredible. You got him
TCR,
off.
Wow, why did I say TCR?
I was gonna say, well, actually, no, that was brilliant. You got him off the ramp, so he had to be spawned back in first.
Yeah.
That may have won it. All right, sorry. Back to you, Jordy.
Oh, did you say what did I think of the game overall, or of
Yeah,
this
like what-
particular one?
Well, just this one, like just watching us play this game, the Nitro-Fueled edition.
It's definitely pretty cool. I like
That was
it.
definitely-
Oh boy.
I mean, I think I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I've played a good video game in a long time, and I think if I do get this game, I'll actually feel pretty satisfied. Because, granted, racing games aren't my forte, or not one of my favorites, but I do like some good party games once in a while. So I think this would be fun to play with you guys.
It would
and
be
I-
fun, just before you like hop onto races with us, play adventure mode first to get a hang of it, because like we mentioned before, for as great of a racing game this is, it does have a bit of a learning curve.
Yeah, no
so,
problem.
Also,
Which honestly, I will say is not quite as big as say Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. Like it's pretty easy to get the hang of once you learn about it. It's just that pay attention to what Aku Aku Nukuka have to say.
I also like that even though we have been doing this game for a while, what happened to Oxide? Oh, I guess he must have hit something.
By the way, I think another thing that'll make or break this race is if you can take advantage of that sacred blue flame you get when exiting the vacuums of space.
Yeah.
But I was to say, I like that even though we've been showing off all of Adventure Mode, we still haven't even shown off all of the game. We haven't even shown off all of half of the game with all the tracks and stuff.
Oh no,
Yeah.
we still got the Nitro Kart stuff to look at later.
Right, and then
That'll all wait once we start setting up the multiplayer stuff. And yeah, Crash finally won for Earth rights.
Hooray!
Yes!
What do Stu and Chick have to say about it?
Who?
The chickens from Tag Team Racing.
Oh, hold on, guys. Now he's crying back to space.
Is
Yeah.
he okay?
You beat me once again. Now I have to go back to the planet Gas Moxia, a complete loser. I was slow in my own.
Oh, nothing. He tried to kill us.
I'm finished racing with these mushy backward worlds.
Yay, we saved Galaxy!
I'm out of here for good.
Goodbye!
See you in Nitro Kart.
I love this thing that they added at the end.
You guys saved the world! Yeah,
Complimentary high five.
from the Insane Edition!
Ah!
Oh yeah, the butterfly was still alive.
Butterfly, he's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
He stuck the entire game inside his belly.
Crash sold his life story to a major movie studio. The film entitled The Color Orange will be released.
Color orange?
Crash can now be found somewhere on a beach down under doing what he does best.
All right, let's make this quick. Yeah, it's napping.
Dancing and napping.
All right, I'll go next. I think Cortex should be up next. Dr. Neil Cortex went back to scientific research and discovered a new element in the periodic table.
Oh, nice. Was he humble about it?
Numerous lawsuits failed to change the name he boldly chose for element 119.
Was he humble about it?
Cortex rules the worldium.
Yeah, I've heard
Of course.
Alright, who's up next?
Hype, you go next.
Honestly, I kind of wouldn't mind skipping over this because a good chunk of them are pretty much recycled from CTR, with the exception of a few, which actually the next one is one that they changed slightly, which I'll let Jordan read out.
Okay.
Oh, alright.
just
I mean,
be-
it's not like we ever beat that game.
Coco went on to start her own video game streaming service.
That used to be
Alright,
online dating service in the original.
Although her company is still in the red, share prices are going through the roof.
How?
Stock
Engine
market?
opened a custom auto parts store in Toledo, Ohio. Store cost goes after major recall. Oh, rockets trying. Okay, I also see that's a little bit fast. So anyway,
Yeah,
James,
it's a
what
little
did
bit
you?
fast for
James,
all that wall
what,
of text.
James, what did you think of Nitro-Fueled?
Loved it. Like, honestly, even today, like, I'll still pop this sucker up every once in a while if I'm feeling bored.
Nice. And then yeah, it's nice to see then from what we just saw there. It's nice to see that it controls pretty well on both Switch and PS4. I'm hoping we maybe get a PC release so we can get some modded stages in there.
I'm honestly surprised that this game never did get put on the PC. Like, it was literally put on everything else, just not PC.
The Ziegfeld and Floyd Tiger Show.
He's sorry World came to an end one day when Per accidentally closed his mouth on poor Royd. He's delighted to be in a new solo act next month.
no.
I kind of like to bear in the original where instead of like the solo act, it's like, it ended early when he closed his mouth a little too early. Poor Floyd will be missed.
Yeah.
The new top. Oh, of course he'd be a car salesman. He returned to his previous work as CEO and bodyguard. He lost his license. Papu Papu joined the World Wrestling Association. Oh, and I guess if I was to say what I thought of it, I think they did a really good job again with touching up everything and really keeping this game, keeping the personality that made this game so like iconic back then. On
Oh,
competing
actually, I
races.
will say real quick, this one's definitely different. He
Became a thrill,
he
I
worked
think.
at an amusement park making rides. However, it was all just a front to test out his own pain threshold. In the original, it actually said he went up and became a governor and possible presidential candidate.
He opened
That
Honest
would've been
Joe's
bad
wedding
taste.
ring and rare gem.
Oh yeah, by the way, here's the one cameo Mo gets.
Mo announced a jewelry auction house to compete, I guess. Entropy began tinkering with his
Oh yeah,
others.
remember when Entropy was a thing?
Oh yeah.
By the way, I don't get this reference that they're about to make coming up.
It said he met a particular man in a red coat with the sweetest kicks you've ever seen. After that, he decided to go. He had to go back.
Okay, big city in the future, peculiar man with a red coat. See, when I think of a peculiar man in a red coat, the first person I think of is honestly, it reminds me of Auron from the intro of Final Fantasy X. But that can't be right. I'm gonna look that up.
Oxide
actually.
emerged to begin racing the game. Unfortunately, the unicycle was a poor choice.
Oh, no.
And the details of his incident were too gruesome to detail here.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
the poor boy lost it.
Aww.
So yeah, that's pretty much all they wrote.
Okay. Again, I enjoyed that. I was really again to finish off what I was saying is like I think they did a great job of touching everything up and gave it a good polish. Again, I've been seeing all this and I like this sort of era of like retro revivals we've been going into.
Yeah, it's like they're actually going out of their like if they do it right, they're the ones that do it right. Literally, are just polishing it up to the nth degree that they previously couldn't back in the generation it spawned from.
Also, yeah,
it just makes it all the more worthwhile for those that want to go back or want to try it out for the first time.
Hi, Toys for Bob. Very subtly letting us know Spyro's going to be in here.
hooray! Also, I noticed. Okay, I just now looked it up on the subreddit, the Crash Bandicoot subreddit. I figured it out when he was talking about a guy with a red coat and sweet kicks. I think it would have been better to say he was like wearing like a red like jacket vest. In that, it's a reference to Marty McFly.
Oh,
that's
Back
cool.
to the Future. Get it?
I was because when I was thinking of like a red coat, I think of like a full coat. Marty McFly had more of like a vest, like a jacket.
yeah,
vest.
it was a vest.
Yeah.
Ah, well, but yeah. So,
And here's all the fine folks from Naughty Dog that got a special mention here because you know they were the ones that originally made the
yeah,
game.
the original credits. I like that. I like having an original credits to like have us get here. So,
Unfortunately, Crash Nitro-Fueled, much like the Reignite trilogy and the Insane trilogy, have stupidly long credits.
Yeah.
And as a result, I'm going to do you guys a solid and skip past it.
thank you.
Right around here.
Please, all of
An
them.
English voice cast.
Big Norm. Oh, James. What other games did Beanox make?
They made the Skylanders Supercharged racing game we covered a while back.
Beanox were also the people that made Spider-Man, Shattered Dimensions, and Edge of Time.
Nice.
Yeah, they got quite a bit under their belt.
Greg Berger, Jess Arnell, Ike Amati, John DiMaggio, Lex Lang. Why is it saying additional voices by Lex Lang? Does Cortex not get his own like?
I think he's also the announcer at the beginning.
Hey,
that's
look,
right.
there's Tom Kenny.
Hi,
Oh, there's Tom
Kenny.
Kenny. Hey.
Totally not a hint of things to come.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that Lex Lang was also the guy at the beginning to like the whole Activision presents.
But he was already listed in the credits as well, so yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think they only did that just in the event that, well, for the characters that'll be added on later. Like, they probably got it all planned out and everything. Mm-hmm. If I had to guess. But, yeah. I've pretty much skipped out all the legal bullshit that nobody cares about, and, well, that's pretty much more or less where it ends.
Okay. I had a lot of fun with this, though. I'm thankful to have been able to check it all out. Again, honestly...
Especially considering the fact you're probably not going to get the game anyway.
Because I was going to say, it should be brought up. Again, I'm more of a Mario Kart kind of guy. I honestly probably am going to be holding off of getting this game. In the future, maybe...
Honestly, though, Logan, I do think... you say that, though, I do kind of feel like you probably would get some
playing.
mileage out of it, just for how more robust it is compared to Mario Kart.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
There we go. But, again, you would already get this if you got the Nitro edition. But,
Yeah, of course.
I mean, maybe, but... For now, I got other games and other big purchases I want to try and upgrade my computer this year.
Yeah, other great games, like, say, Mario Maker 2.
Mario Maker 2 coming out later today that we're recording this. And again, I'm trying to upgrade my computer. That'll be several $100s. Anyway,
So on that note, unless you already mentioned it already, what are your final thoughts, Jordan?
I like it. I will probably consider getting it while I'm on my vacation this weekend, and I will keep you guys updated if I do.
Hooray! And we'll be very glad to have you on board for the online matches, just so we can test
Alright,
it.
looking forward to
let
it.
you enjoy the fun along with us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No problem. And for everyone's enjoyment, I decided to make up for balling you earlier and showing off all of the animations that can happen on the title screen.
okay.
They are really fun.
I'm
Yes.
glad. I'm fun. It's fun to see such detail added to.
Looks
these,
like he's just pointing down, just like.
You gonna do something?
Come on.
Gotta,
Come on, click on it.
Press
Yeah,
that
press
button
A.
on the screen.
gotta press A. I can't. They the contractors won't let me go.
Oh, come on. All right. Gotta keep that smiley image.
You never fully dressed without a smile.
Come on.
The contractors won't let me eat until you press A. Please.
Literally, my arms are starting to hurt.
I love that touch of like him adjusting his arm like that. He's like,
Stuff. You know what this is reminding me of with like
What?
these owl animations and tests? It reminds me of that video you showed me where, as like for the Pixar interns, they would give them footage of the actors, like the voice actors in the Pixar movies in other. Is that a butterfly?
oh, butterfly.
Ooh, pretty butterfly. You haven't eaten in a while.
Oh, don't. Okay, we should probably stop. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
guys.
that is unfortunately where it all ends.
Yeah.
So yeah, hope you all enjoyed our commentary on Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled for the PS4 and Nintendo Switch, also available on Xbox One for those that will bother to play it on there. Looking at you, Royce. Anyway, well, actually, no, I don't say that. He's gonna get the Switch version as well.
You will.
Yes. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed, and naturally, we will be doing some multiplayer stuff later down the road. I hope you all enjoyed that when that comes around. But until then, I'm James Van Extreme.
I'm Lucky Jack 20.
I'm Jordan the Cat 11.
Yeah.
Understood.
Till next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.